Hello and welcome. This is Akasha Shell. Akasha is my spirit name. Michelle is my birth name. So I wanted to make this video today to speak to you about inner freedom. So I've decided to offer an online retreat, online meditation retreat called Inner Freedom later on this month in May, starting on the 20th of May for 3 days, where I will guide you through different practices over 3 days to help you access your own inner freedom. So what do I mean by inner freedom? Inner freedom is accessing that part of yourself which is beyond thoughts and emotions. So really it's about accessing your higher self, accessing the consciousness within you, the consciousness that is you, which is not affected by debilitating patterns. So that would be thought patterns which are limiting of you. So thought patterns, any thought patterns which are anti-self. So any negativity towards the self, such as I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, I'm not good enough, I won't be able to do that thing I so desperately want to do, I can't, so any of these kind of negative thought patterns towards the self, or also any emotional patternings that we have within us. So that might be also negative emotional patternings that make us have a wall inside and be rejecting of love, for example, positive, beneficial, loving connections. It might be an emotional pattern of defensiveness where we're constantly trying to strengthen ourselves against other people, comparing ourselves against other people and being emotionally reactive when they perhaps do not affirm us in the way that we need or believe that we need to be affirmed. It might be being emotionally reactive when people are not loving us in the way that we need to be loved, instead of actually maybe telling them, well, that was hurtful for me, I'd prefer if you would, or if we could relate in a different way. That's if you're able to communicate like that, so getting beyond your emotional reactivity or your mental limiting mental states, then you're coming from a place of inner freedom. So then you're acting in your life from a place of inner freedom, because you're not your vision of other people is not being filtered through these mental and emotional patterns. So the reason why we practice meditation, and particularly some long stretches of meditation, so over this retreat will be 2.5 days, well, starting in the afternoon on Friday, ending on Sunday afternoon. And we'll do lots of periods of maybe 1 hour sittings or 45 minutes. And the reason that we practice the meditation is so that we can see our patternings. It's so that we can see clearly whatever are our predominant current thought patternings and emotional patternings. And in order to be able to come from a place of inner freedom in our daily lives, and not be reacting based on our patterns. So to be, instead of being a reactive person, to be a person that has agency in your life, and to be able to ask for what you need without that defensiveness. We need first to know what our patterns are. If we don't know what they are, then we're more likely to be acting out of a place of unconsciousness. So our patterns are there, but we're not really aware of them. And so our interactions are then tainted by these patterns, which we're not aware of. And then everything is more difficult with other people because we're not actually aware of our own limitations, the way that we are seeing the world and others, which is perhaps limiting the possibility in our relationships. So limiting our possibility for connection, for understanding of the other person. So if we are able to find our place of inner freedom, that is our place which is beyond those patterns, then meditation helps us to get in touch more and more and more often and more regularly with this place of inner freedom inside of us, so that hopefully we can then be acting in our everyday lives, in our connections with others. We are acting and taking action and speaking from a place of inner freedom, from that place which is beyond our conditioning and our patterning and our own self-imposed limitations that come from our beliefs and emotional systems. So that is why it's really useful to practice meditation, because we can slowly open up this expansive place of inner freedom within us, and then our life then can become more expansive and more fulfilling because we're operating from this space of inner freedom. So I just wanted to share with you, so I'm wearing my mala beads I bought in India last time I was there. So I just wanted to share with you one meditation practice, which is a mantra style meditation practice. So there's many different kinds of meditation practices, and some work better for some people than others. So everybody has their preferred style of meditation and their preferred way of accessing that inner freedom within them. So mantra meditation is one. We can use these mala beads. They are made from these special seeds. I've forgotten the name of the seeds. They're sort of sacred seeds. And there's 108 of them. So 108 is also a magic number. It's like a number of infinity in Buddhist and Hindu traditions. So one use of this mala bead is to chant a mantra 108 times and touch each bead as you go. And so one mantra that you can chant is Om Mani Padme Hum, and that's a Tibetan Buddhist mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om is like the sound of the universe, the sound of all that is. Mani, it means the jewel, and Padme is the wisdom. So connecting with the jewel the wise jewel of the whole universe, which really is the space within, the space of love and compassion within each of us, which is always accessible. So Om Mani Padme Hum is a popular one to practice with this mantra, with these beads, mala beads. So for that one, we would just start on the first bead. Well, this is actually the first bead right here. We start there. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. And continue like that for all 108 of these mala beads. And so essentially it's a way of training the mind using this sound, this mantra, repeated mantra, training the mind away from the pattern of thinking, which is the continual pattern of the mind. It just thinks. So we can use this meditation, Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. And slowly our mind gets off the track, our normal track of just random thoughts, and into this other track of the mantra, which is the wise jewel of the universe, the source of all that is. And so then when you get to the end of the beads 108 times, you will notice you are in a different mental and probably emotional state than when you began. Whether you were distracted or stressed or anything at the beginning or not, or whether you were just perfectly fine, you will normally be in a more centered, peaceful and calm state at the end. So that is one way of accessing inner freedom in meditation practice. Over this retreat, I will share a few different meditation practices from a few different traditions to give you an idea of which one would be the most appropriate for you to follow. So mostly I practice Vipassana meditation. So that's, Vipassana means insight. So that's the common practice that's practiced in the 10-day retreats in the Buddhist tradition. And that is a silent meditation, which there's a whole set of different guided meditations for Vipassana based on compassion, loving kindness, mindfulness of thoughts, of body, of emotions. A whole lot of different meditations that we practice in that tradition. But in this retreat, I'll also be offering a few guided sessions on other kinds of meditation practices like this mala meditation. As well, we'll be doing some journaling practice. So I'll put some details below this video so you can find out more. I hope you are having a good day and finding your inner freedom away from any negative thoughts towards the self or emotions that are anti-self. So let's bring out my bell. Just take a deep breath in to your heart center before I ring the bell. Just hold the hand on the heart. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the nose. One more deep breath in. Holding the breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out the nose. And one more deep breath in. Holding the breath for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. Thank you for listening, and please feel free to write me any comments or questions about this practice or about the retreats below this video.